G'day guys, today we're going to discuss Geelong and North Melbourne, the clash at Simonds Stadium. Very intriguing contest. I actually wrote us off, so yeah.
You did, mate. Tipped against us.
Come on, mate. Let's just let's get stuck into it. So the Cats won by 20 points in the end. I thought North might have been a bit of a smoky to win, but it was good to get the points, and the Cats certainly played a lot better than they have in recent weeks, and look a little bit more dangerous. So what were your thoughts, Shorty?
Yeah, I mean, the Cats got back to what they do best, and that's the contested footy. Jimmy Bartel and Kelly going back in the middle, and Tomahawk up and running. They were sort of the key points to the game. The contested ball, which we got hammered in against Fremantle, and the clearances, which we've talked about in the past.
Yes,
and that was what got us off to a good start. Bit of a disappointing finish in the end.
Yeah,
but
you were stewing about that.
yeah, it sucks to end on a bit of a sour note like that, but to get the points over a quality side like North Melbourne is pretty important, and a really big game for us to win. How did you see the game? What were some of the points you took out of it?
Yeah, well, it was a bit nerve-wracking sort of in that last 10 minutes or so when they got it back to 16 points. I think, yeah, the key was we got off to a good start, and even though we have got off to reasonable starts, it looked like a convincing start. It wasn't based off, the opposition making mistakes, because we love to sort of, take it off the opposition from the turnover and then score, but you could just tell it was our skills and off our own players we were playing well, so you could definitely tell we were performing much better.
Yeah.
I thought the 1%ers were really good, mate. There was just some desperate acts out there. I remember Tommy Hawkins in the forward pocket. He smothered someone, and just a few more smothers than you'd normally see.
Yeah.
The Cats really came out firing and probably wanted to prove themselves after sort of a bit of a disappointing loss to Freo. But
yeah, for sure.
Credit to them, and they did all right in the clearances early on, but as the game went on, they got a little bit quieter.
Yeah.
All started to get into it.
The intensity was up and about. We looked much more switched on than maybe we have in certain matches, like the Richmond match and things like that. So I think it all flowed on to sort of better performance in most key indicators.
Yeah, just desperation was great, and you could really tell they wanted to make amends, and I'm glad they did in the end. So who'd you have in your top three for this week, mate? Who was best on turf for you?
Yeah, I gave Jimmy Bartel the 3 votes. I thought he was great. Had a great first quarter on the ball, had about 7 or 8 touches, and then it ended up kicking a few goals too. In the end, I think he ended up with 32 possessions, and just a really clean, smooth performance. Best game for the year from Jimmy. I gave
best in a while, maybe.
Yeah, true that. And I gave him the 3. I gave 2 to Tommy Hawkins. He was just fantastic. He had the 18 touches, I think, and 14 of which were contested. In amongst his 4 goals, 3, and he handed 3 off. So it was just a huge game. Best key forward in the comp, I think, but that's probably one for another video. And
bit biased at the moment, yeah. That's all right.
I gave 1 to Cam Guthrie. Obviously, I was at the game, so you don't have the the stat sheet in front of you like you might on the TV. But I just thought Guthrie, even though he only had the 22, 10 of those were contested, 8 tackles, and he just uses the ball so well. And I thought early on, when the heat was really on, I thought he was really impressive, and yeah, he's having a great season, having been released from the tag of late. But who did you give the votes to, mate?
Yeah, well, a little bit similar, but a bit of difference as well. I don't think you can go past Jimmy Bartel for the 3 votes. As you said, 32 possessions and kicked 2 goals in the last quarter when we really, really needed them.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just a perfect four-quarter performance. I mean, yeah, it was just exceptional watching him back to his best.
Yeah.
Wound back the clock a little bit, playing in the centre square. So going back to some 07 and 08 days, but obviously, filling in the Stevie J role in the middle, and he was superb. I was really impressed with his performance. 2 votes to James Kelly. He was exceptional early. He got 23 possessions to half-time. I think he finished with 32. And delivered the ball really well. He was just hard in the contest, as he always is, and it was really vital for us to get a few early clearances and a bit of early dominance on the game. So I thought his output was exceptional. And 1 vote to Tom Hawkins. Probably could have maybe swapped the 2 around, but he gets 1 vote 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
He was amazing to watch. Just plucked everything that went his way, and ragdolled Scott Thompson a few times and Tippett as well. Kicking 4 goals, 3 in the end. Probably, yeah, could have kicked a few more and maybe could have been paid that mark in the last quarter, but you know, Magic Door was a bit stiff as well, so we'll live with that and move on. Yeah, love the contested footy. Got 14, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So he certainly killed it, and just he was just great to watch.
Yeah, it's great to see him back in full flight after a poor season with that back injury last year. It's good to see him back up and running.
Yeah, no, it's always good because we thought he might be just about, well, not done, but just sort of not knowing whether he'd go back to his sort of best form. We really know he can deliver on the park, but he was great against the Roos. So who have we got on the chopping block this week?
Yeah, this week it's
your favourite segment.
Yeah, definitely. No, one I've been on a little bit is the Josh Walker bandwagon. You just got to get him in, mate. I mean, Dawson Simpson running around the ground in the fourth quarter. He couldn't get subbed off because Lonergan went off. I reckon he could have passed out at a certain stage there. He was buggered, big dorsal, but
he always does look buggered.
Yeah. So I mean, I've loved what he's done. He's been really good, and it's good to experiment with a couple of ruckmen. But I think it's time to make the change. You know, as Hawkins isn't always going to dominate and ragdoll guys.
No.
Sometimes you need to give him a hand, and I think Walker's the man there. You know, he's been knocking on the door for ages, and I think it's it's time to make a bit of a switch.
Yeah.
Things
absolutely.
Make a little more versatile, and McIntosh, you know, he's worked his way into the season. Fitness is there. He's ready to ruck the majority of the game, I think. So he's definitely one that will hopefully make the change. And obviously Steve Johnson will make the return. And it could be a swap for potentially Sheringham, because I think I made mention of it last week as well, that he's probably just, you know, a very good VFL footballer, just filling up the 22nd spot on the list at the moment on the side.
Sad reality, as we called it.
Yeah, I mean, he's been pretty serviceable, but I think Stevie Johnson coming back, obviously.
Well, he's not going to keep Stevie J on the side.
No.
It's as simple as that.
He's probably the man that might go there, but that's probably about all I'd have on the chopping block. Schroeder got injured during the week training. I think it was a calf.
Can't catch a break.
That hurts him a little bit, but Billy Smets is another guy that could potentially come into the side within the next few weeks. He played in the VFL. Just get a bit of match time, but a few games into him, and that could add some pace off the half-back line. But yeah, I thought there are a few guys that could be the changes for the upcoming clash, which will be a big one. And you want to have a bit of a chat about that game in 4 or 5 days' time.
It's going to be huge. I think we'll be having a bit of a 6-day break, so I think there'll be a couple in a row. I don't rate the 6-day break that highly anyway. I think it's the most overrated thing in footy. But yeah, we take on the Swans at the SCG, so it's huge clash. I mean, Sydney are on fire. They've won 5 on the trot. The Cats sort of been a little bit, here and there, not playing their greatest footy, but sort of getting the job done. But this game really says where we're at as a side, whether we're a top 4 contender or maybe just outside that top 4. But you can imagine Sydney being right up there by the end of the year with the way they've been playing lately. Going to the SCG, we usually go okay. I mean, we had the loss there in 2012 when Everett kicked that goal before a few minutes before the siren. I couldn't believe it, and I still can't believe it to this day. It was just ridiculous. I mean, I'm not going to go into Andreas Everett now. Yeah, so the Swans have only beaten us twice since sort of 2006, actually, when they got us at ANZ Stadium early in 2006. And we've had their measure most of the time since then. We won there last year. I'm pretty sure it was around 18 points. So we know how to play up there, and we're not too scared on the big stage of the SCG. It's a bit of a small ground, but big stage.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I reckon we're a good chance to win. I'm more confident going up to play Sydney and beat them as opposed to the North and Geelong game we're just talking about now. So I think we're a really good chance, and I think we can get the job done. So what do you think, mate?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're spot on there. We do match up over time. We tend to have a pretty good record against Sydney and don't mind travelling up there. I think it'll be important that Lonergan can get up from the concussion. That's 50-50 at this point, but obviously with Franklin and Tippett and
the big forwards,
Reid and Goods, we'll definitely need him. But yeah, historically we play pretty well against them, and it's a sort of match that'll mould the top 4. Like, it's pretty bunched up there. Port Adelaide flying. Will Hawthorn drop off over the next couple of months with injuries? Sydney looking good. It's a sort of match that it's a bit of an 8-point ball game. If we can defeat them on their home turf, it's something that could be the difference come season's end to us having that first final at Simmons or maybe travelling over to Adelaide. It could be the difference there, but I rate us a pretty good chance. You know, Sydney aren't really the side that'll, you know, hammer you on the outside with absolute speed. I think they like the contested ball. I think they won't worry us as much with the outside pace, which is something that can get us. But those forward line, you know, matchups will be very intriguing and probably decide the match at both ends.
Yeah, I was going to probably say where it's won or lost, definitely. Usually is, so.
Yeah.
Those are some thoughts from Shorty and myself on the Geelong and North Melbourne game. Put your thoughts in the comments. And also check out my mate darijoe, who does the Geelong Goal videos each week. Does a fantastic job, so go and check out his content and subscribe to him and subscribe to us as well. That's always good. Follow us on Twitter as well. He's only got about 12 followers at the moment, so
big 12 followers.
Yeah, just a bit of support for the short man over here, and
chuck the link in the box, mate.
Yeah, in the description you'll find it. So thanks heaps for watching, guys, and we'll see you all soon.